Hello everyone, I have Sako with me today. You're going to give him his nice groom. So I like to give him a little brush after the bath with my wet brush. I just added a little bit of conditioning spray. His coat is pretty long on the legs. On the body it's short. So this is my first time grooming Sako. He seems to be a good boy. We will see about that. It's our first time together. And Mom says the last time the groomer, she thinks the groomer didn't do his nails. Not sure, gotta see that. She's every 6 weeks, so as you see, here his coat is shorter, and here he has longer legs, and she doesn't want the longer hair on the legs anymore. She'd prefer having me cut just a little bit of this off, not much, and then make the legs balanced out with the rest of the coat on his body. So when I finish this up, clean his eyes and ears, give him a dry, and I'll get right back to you. See how really knotted up? It's just tangled. So instead of pulling the tangle out, what I do is I like to just poke in and out like this, poke in and out, and go from behind to the tip to behind to the tip. And I'm kind of playing around with that tangle. You can rip like this. If you're using the comb, that is. If you're brushing, it's best to start brushing from the tip and just go all the way to the top. Start at the tip and go all the way to the top. It's another way to do it. See, we got all those tangles out without just pulling and pulling and pulling. Like for the tail here, going in from the base and pulling and pulling and pulling. That's not necessarily the best way to go because you're ripping the hair out. Oftentimes right from the base of the where the follicle is. So instead of combing and pulling and saying, hey, look at all that dead hair, that's a lot of it is not dead hair actually. It's just hair that you just ripped out. So best to just start at the tip of the tail and come in and do some poking. If you're using your comb, that is. If you use a brush, you could do the same thing. You're just tapping and pulling up and out. And it's always best to start off at the tips. See, so there was no pulling here. And look, seriously, there's no dead hair either. So that's the best way to go when you're going to be doing some brushing, is just tapping and pulling up and away, not pulling and pulling and pulling. So I'm going to keep drying his head. Hang on, let's see if he needs more drying. So I dried this at maybe 80%. The ears need a little more drying. I'm going to keep drying, actually. Tap and pull. I'm going to keep drying a bit. His mom says that if I cut his ears short, his ears wouldn't go up. But I'm pretty sure they would, because look at that. I'm pretty sure they would. Look at that. They feel strong. Maybe the tips would still fold, I'm not sure. But anyhow, the little tip of the ear, the tips would still fold. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna keep trying to dry his face just a little bit. Just a little, honey. Just around here. get that done here. I don't need to have it completely dry, but you know, the drier it is, the better the cut. All right, so I'm gonna give him a nice little shave under his pads here. Look at how cute you are. Yes, you are cute. Let's do the pads. Look, got his sannies done, and I'm going to give him a little brush. Really only needs brushing on his legs. And we'll see if there's any knotting happening in there. There's not much, okay? So we're just going to tap and pull up and away from the body. Never brushing on the skin, because these slicker brushes here, they scratch. So it's a tap and pull up, tap and pull up. The you're hearing is the hair, not the skin. Once there's no more sound, then that means there's no more knotting, no more brushing to do. See, it's just soft. There. So use your comb, come in and see if your work is well done. In front of the knee, all around, on the inside. On the inside, never pull. Never try to take knots out like that from the inside. You check with your comb if there's more knots. You can either go in with your brush or a smaller brush, tap and lightly pull, lightly, because this is very sensitive. If the dog doesn't allow you to do this at all, it's okay. You're just gonna come in later when we do the legs, we pull all that hair out and you can cut, and you might be able to cut some of those knots out. But if the dog lets you, and you can come check with your comb, never, even if it's a little knot, never try to pull that knot out, because that is so uncomfortable, guys. So sensitive, that skin back there. All right, so the tail, we did the tail a while ago. Whoops, there's a little bit here at the, they always get so matted back here. I'm just gonna snip some of that out. Remember, guys, we hold the dog up, hold the tail up, not hold the dog up by the tail. So we're gonna do this leg and I'm gonna move on. Another place you don't want to brush or comb is under the arm. That's why a while ago you saw me shaving. It's okay to check with your comb to see if you have all of those knots out, but that's why I shave under the arm, because I don't want to have to go and make the dog uncomfortable. So that's for that. We'll get his head here. Is this drying out okay? Let's see, he's been a good boy up to now. Let's see if he's going to be a good boy again. Use my little brush here to get rid of these toenails are so tiny. We're gonna use kitty nippers here. And yeah, his little knee pops, so I gotta be careful. Pops in and out. These breeds usually have that. A lot of the times they'll have the little knee that pops. There, oh, got scared. There, going careful with your knee, just a little bit. There. I might want to use, sometimes if the nail curls in, I'll kind of use my nail file, try to get that nail, the sharp edge out, you know? There, okay. He's okay. He's doing a really good job. We'll do the front. He doesn't really like standing on three paws here, 3 feet, 3 legs. This nail looks like it was broken or something. Are you okay? Are you okay? So Mom said his thumb was pretty long Oh, it's not this one, that's for sure, because this one's short. And she said that his thumb ended up getting caught in his hair. And that, if that happens where their paw gets caught, that's because his little thumb, the little thumb gets too long and it curls and it creates a hook. So we're gonna get rid of that little hook. Yeah, that's why. Look, there's a lot there. Take off. See? Only that. But that's enough to cause that hook to be there. I might want to take a little more off. Just a little more. I don't want to go too short. We don't want to get that vein. Guys, he has black toenails. And if he was this good, I'd like to maybe Dremel a bit, see if I can get some more. My wire is not always doing its best, so we'll see if he likes it or not. If he doesn't like it, I'm just not going to use it. I'm just trying this, maybe his first time with this. Okay, just a little. I'll do a little. I did 2 toenails, 2, the longest ones. I'm going to try these 2 here, see if you're okay with it. If you don't like it, it's okay. We just do it a little, and then next time, see, it keeps stopping. There's something wrong with the wire. I have a bad wire there. So see, I just did 2 nails on one side, 2 on the other, the longest ones, the middle ones. I clipped them and then I used the Dremel. He's probably not used to it, and next time he comes in, I'll try it again, and then the next time I'll try it again. And then we'll see how he gets used to it. So it's okay to just do a few. All right, so now we're gonna decide what length we're gonna do for the body here, because she wants to have, is this rolling? Yes, it's rolling. She doesn't want to take too much off of here, and she just wants me to balance this out with that, okay? So if we're gonna, so this is a 16 millimeter. 16 millimeter would take a little off. I think we're gonna go with the 16. We're gonna go with the 16. Okay. And I may change my mind. You can lay down there. I may change my mind as I go, but she said she didn't want much off. So we're gonna just refresh this and make it all nice. I'm gonna show you guys my crisscross that I like to do on the back here. I'm gonna bring this forward so you guys can see better. Instead of bringing my comb in and coming straight down, which I do often, but with these coats, I like to give it a little bit of a crisscross. Like this, if you see. Toss them over. I come in on one side like that. And then I'll come in the other angle this way. So when you're crisscrossing, it's kind of blending in the hair better. And there's less of those, you know, those marks that the clipper will leave usually. So see that. So that's what I do. I just like crisscross from one side to the next and then the other side to the next like that. And then the rest, I'll just clip the rest. And if I have any clipper marks, as I always like to use my scissor over comb technique to come and fix that problem. See? So even if you're going in the direction of the coat, it still can leave clipper marks. I always like to go in an angle like this. I'll come take all of this off here. Take the side off here and just equal this out. Okay, and check out the bum. The rest will be scissored. Take some of that off his bum here. Nice little curve. There you go. And I'm just going under here. You cannot come in this way and then just scoop. You just be really careful in this area. So I'm going to do this side and I'm going to move on. So for the head, I'm thinking of using the same length that I did on the body. So this is this a 19 or 16? Yeah, we'll do a 16. Do 16. Get these layering going. She has a lot of hair on her head right now. So this is going to really give her a different look. She still has goo around her mouth. She likes to spit a lot. A lot of spitting going on, honey. Yeah, that's a spit. All right, so I'm running. Yeah. Put some of this stuff away here. I'm gonna come around and scissor her. Show you a little bit how I scissor, then I'll fast forward. Having trouble with my shirt today. All right, so I'm just gonna cut around her feet, all around. This cut that she has is actually the cut that I want to give my Morkie. I just got a new puppy. Well, puppy, he's a year old. But I got a new pup. And his name is Jace. Eventually I'll record a cut. He's all shaved everywhere and not equal, and so I got to give him a nice cut. And I'm going to let his legs grow. I want to give him a really cute teddy bear look. Like I want to try his ears. Have these round ears instead of having the Morkie tip. So, okay, so I'm going to get into the scissoring. So we have to cut all of that out, guys. That's a lot of hair to cut out today. We're going to shape it, start by shaping slightly. You go in slow. I like to do it slow. I just start shaping slowly. I don't cut too much off. I just start slowly till the length, till I'm satisfied with the length, okay? I'm going to pull all of this down here, and I'm going to use my other scissors here for this. Check where his little bone is. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, pull all of that out, and we're going to get rid of all of this using the tip of my scissors, just poking in all of that. So she says she wants this cut shorter, but more balanced up. I'm not sure if I'm taking enough off for her, or too much. But as I mentioned to the client, this is our first time together. We'll see how it goes. I have some decisions to make, guys. She says she wants the same, but different. The same but different. Now, how does that work out? I guess she just found it was too long. Do we want the same thing like this? Okay. The same but different. Yep. Should I or should I not buy? That's the thing, that's the question. All of that. There's a lot of hair under there. Maybe next time she'll want shorter, I don't know. Get rid of these little clipper marks here. Let's get rid of these clipper marks. We don't want clipper marks. I'm just tipping the edge of that hair, equal everything out, okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm not really shortening. See? No more clipper marks. All gone. And if you don't have your scissors and you don't feel comfortable, you can just float right on top of that hair, like that. Okay, we're gonna do the front of the leg. Turn you around. Like that. And I'm just gonna come in and give you a nice straight leg. Look at that. It's way too much here. I'm gonna pull that off to the side. I'm gonna put my mask back on. A lot of hair in here. And I'm gonna take some of that off. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Way up. All right, so we'll comb this up. And I gotta get rid of this here. I just want to start blending this in here. Always be sure that when you're in this area, you have your hands protecting the dog's pee-pee. Because you don't want to cut anything, right? So you're coming in with your scissors here. So I'm protecting, I have my hand under and I'm holding everything up and away. Just to be sure that I don't catch anything there. So I'm gonna just try to mimic the other side here. Again, I'm coming in and taking only a little off at the same time. A little bit of temptation here. Tempted to take some out. There you go. And I did it. I did it. My gosh, I did it. Let us see what's going on here. Bring this inside. I'll just keep moving on, guys. See, usually I would cut a lot more in the flag, but because this dog, she's had this dog for a long time, the groomer, the way she or he was grooming, would leave this tail long, a lot longer. She didn't mention anything about the tail, but I prefer not taking too much off and then asking her, like, just trim a bit, and asking her maybe next time, would you like me to cut shorter? Because I'd usually cut in that flag a little more, but for now, I just freshened up that tail, and if she wants more next time, I'd prefer just a little more, a little at a time, instead of jumping in and say, hey, I'm going to cut it this way. Because if she's used to seeing her dog a specific way and I completely changed the dog's look without her telling me to change the whole look, she might not like that, okay? So that's why I'm not taking, I took some off the legs. Usually I would have taken a lot more off. The inside here for sure I am going to take more off though. More here like that. Just want that to be nice and straight. I usually take a lot more off, so. But we shall see. We shall see. You know, we try with a new client, you give them the cut, and then the new client tells you, next time can you do this or this or this or that? And then you just do your best to follow their directions, their instructions. So. Sometimes some clients will say, you know, you're the professional, do what you think. And that is like, yay. But it's not always that way. Client will come in and say, I want the ears like this, I want the eyes like that, the head like this. So I'm gonna come in and clear up these eyes here because there's way too much in the front. But I don't want her to be shocked or surprised. I'm still gonna leave a little bit of a bump. You know, shock and surprise anyone too much. And then in the middle of the eyes here, there's always all of that comes out. When you pull it forward, I'm just gonna come and take the bulk out and then probably use my, you know, my little thinners. This, I don't know what happened here. That seems, you seem to need a little bit of help around there. Just like a little too much. I don't know. Maybe next time she'll ask me to leave more on the top. I don't know. He's got cowlicks everywhere. It's like crazy. All over his nose, guys. All over. That's like growing in different directions there. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here also. He's got some really dirty lips. Your yips are dirty, hun. That's a dirty yip. Dirty yips. Right. I'm going to do the bottom here. She still wants those long ears. Well, she wants me to shorten them up a bit. And she says she's every 6 weeks. She wants to book with me right after. I'm gonna get rid of that here. That's pretty nasty in there. Right at the lip here, there's always some nasties. See that right there? Just get rid of that. I washed and all, but sometimes some stuff stays stuck. It does. Look at all these cowlicks here. And how she's curly. He's curly. Ew. That is one wet mouth.
Hey there, pet parents and grooming gurus. If you enjoyed my tail-wagging transformations and want more tips to keep your furry friends looking fabulous, just hit that subscribe button. Remember, every click helps spread the love and lathers of grooming joy. Subscribe now and let's embark on this fluffy journey together.